Hello and welcome back to another Talking Toe video. In this one we're at the brand new Timothy announcement for the RW ongoing series, and that is that they've announced that they're going to be doing a Shredder ongoing series. But well yeah, we'll wait and see how long this ongoing series actually lasts for. But yeah, so today on IGN they announced that they'll be making a brand new Shredder comic. They'll be focusing on Shredder and basically his rise to power in New York City when he comes back, and he's going to be going after some people, reclaiming his like power and all that kind of stuff. You know, typical Shredder kind of stuff. And it seems like this series could be a very good and potential like big hit for the Turtles, depending on how they go about this. However, when we do read the description for this series, there are a few things which I just do question about, just in terms of all stuff they have been doing so far with the Shredder, the Armageddon game stuff and that kind of stuff, and where they currently have Shredder at the moment in this universe. So it's going to be a weird issue, but either way I feel like this one could be a really interesting series, depending on how much they go into this. Now, so far, all the news which we've gone so far is by basically who the cover artist is going to be, and also who's going to be working on this issue, or series I should say, such as like the writers and the artists. Now, for the writers, which is done by Dan Walters, who they've also worked on some DC, Marvel stuff, I'm presuming. From what I can tell from some information I've gotten so far, they worked on Batman Dark Patterns. Never heard of the series, but most likely good if it's Batman. And then also for the artist, which is also Michael Bandini. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Now, this artist has worked on the Spider-Man City at War, probably some other stuff, but that's the only thing someone told me about. So again, they've worked on Spider-Man, so it's probably half decent. I'm hoping at least. And yeah, so in the description, or the interview which IGN was given with them, the writer and artist basically go on to say that, oh yeah, they've been like fans for the Timothy franchise for ages and all that kind of stuff. It's so great to be working on Timothy because they never thought they'd be able to, which is typical stuff you normally hear. And the writer does go on to say how he does want to bring back all this edginess to Shredder and do all those cool stories, just because he believes that villains have more interesting stories. And if that were true, we would have had a Shredder miniseries long ago. So yeah, oh boy. So yeah, so let's actually go into some more actual news from the series. So for the actual description for this series itself, it is: prepare yourself for rags to riches story, returning forever changed after a maddening ordeal beyond imagination, betrayed by all around him and no longer affiliated with the Foot Clan. Shredder will venture deep into New York's criminal underworld as a former protege. He forms his own rival clan. With sinister plans for the city, in his deadly mission for vengeance, enemies both old and new will learn the brutal truth of what disobedience will earn them at the end of Shredder's blades. So yeah, so I just say that overall for the description for this series, I mean, I just say that it does sound really cool and really amazing, and if they do truly lean into the darkness and the edginess with the Shredder character and all that kind of stuff, this could honestly be one of the best series we could get. And I mean, it's Shredder. I mean, what more could you want? This is a character who needs a series, and I am quite surprised it's taken them 40 years to give Shredder a actual series on him. It's shocking, but yeah, so with the actual description itself, I do want to break some stuff down. So with the villain from this, where he's saying that in this thing he's gonna be going after a former protege of his. So my only two options for who this could really be is either Karai with what she's done with the Foot Clan so far in the RW ongoing series of Hale and all that kind of stuff, or the other option, which I think could be a much more interesting way to go around this all, is if they would bring back some plot points from the Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan miniseries, where Shredder could go after his, I think it was his son, I think it was, and because his son created his own clan and that kind of stuff, so that could be quite cool to see him go after that clan and that kind of stuff. I don't think they would, just because, well, those two characters never interacted before, so I doubt it'll be a former protege of Shredder, so yeah. And then also, with all the other stuff within like this description, was saying how he's going to come back for revenge and he wants to bring back power to himself and that kind of stuff. Now, that does sound like really great for Shredder. However, when you think back to what they've done with Shredder previously, in like the past few issues which he appeared in, it doesn't really make too much sense for his character. And the reason for that is just because he's going on like a path of peace and that kind of stuff, working with Turtles, stop Armageddon, like the Armageddon game and all that kind of stuff. And it's now going back to Dimension X to help some people out, stop the war or something along those kind of lines. So it just seems like really weird that Shredder's now just coming back for power in New York without much reason. But at the same time, I've got a feeling the Prey will explain this, and this could be really cool. But it just seems so out of character for Shredder just because of what they've done recently with his character. But hopefully it'll be good. So for some covers, and they've released I want to say it's about 6 covers so far. I'm not too sure like who's doing what art because they didn't like say who's doing what art specifically. I know the first cover is done by Matteo Santoloco, but that's about it really. So yeah, okay, so for the first cover, which is done by Matteo Santoloco, and oh boy, this one looks amazing. Destroyer cutting through something with all the blood, the city down there. The logo for the Shredder series itself, it looks amazing. It's really giving me like vibes from like the Shredder Hell story, and it just looks really amazing. Also do like how like the color just changed from every cover, because on this one it's like a orange and yellow one, then got some which are blue, white, we've got an orange one. It looks like a really cool logo, but the actual art itself for this one, yeah, I mean it's Matteo Santoloco one. What more could you ask for with his artwork? It looks amazing. Now this next one looks really amazing as well, where you get to see Shredder, he's looking down on like the city and the rain. I love this. It looks so cool and amazing with the rain, the dark atmosphere, the lights. It looks so cool. I think the only thing that like looks really weird about his character so far, and like most of these covers, is the fact that he doesn't have his like cape. But either way, this is a very good look for him. It looks amazing. And I think they've also changed his like faceplate as well, which we're talking about for like this next cover. And with this one, they did also release one in a black and white one, but you don't really see that. It's just black and white. What more do you want? But this one's actually in color, where we do get Shredder, he's like jumping onto ground in the rain, the dark atmosphere. It looks beautiful. I really do like this whole look for him. It looks so amazing, so cool. Quite interesting to see like where this could all go. And with this one also having blood on him, this one looks so amazing, and I really hope they do like implement some of this stuff into the actual issue itself. Just seeing Shredder all covered up in blood and like this look, it just looks amazing. Now the next one, which I don't know, because a part of me wants to like this one, but at the same time, a part of me feels I'm not too sure, because this one is a sort of realistic one where we do get to see the Shredder, he's sharpening his claws but without his helmet on, and the way that he looks here, where he's more like realistic and more older than how he's presented in the actual comic itself, it looks weird, but I like it because of the colours. It looks realistic in a way. It looks like really nice artwork, but it just feels like so weird seeing Shredder's like face being like drawn in this way. I don't know, something about it just feels a little bit off. But I think that's just made down to the fact that this look of Shredder looks old compared to like every other version. Also, I don't think it helps with him having a beard. It's just off, but not bad, just weird. And then for the last one, where you get to see Shredder, he looks like he's in Japan and he's standing in the waters with mountains behind him. I love the colours of this one. It looks like like pastel colours and that kind of stuff. It looks amazing. I think all these colours are absolutely banging. They're all top notch. Possibly some of the best covers we've gotten this year so far. I really hope that this artist comes on and does some of the artwork, because it looks amazing as well. So many great artists on this series already, and I doubt some of them will even have a chance actually drawing for the actual quote unquote ongoing series. But I hope some of them do, because some of this stuff looks amazing. And then also some other unique information as well, which I do find to be quite fascinating. They also released a article on IPT Comics where they're going over the Total Tuesday kind of stuff. There wasn't really too much in the actual article itself, but they did release a cover for issue number 9 on Mutant Nation. And this is a 1 in 10 variant, which is done by Therapy, where we do get see Shredder there. He's in like some sort of like armoured building, I want to say. Not too sure whereabouts it could be. And I do find it rather fascinating that this issue is coming out on the same month as the Shredder series itself. So I do wonder if maybe the backup story in the Mutant Nation stuff could be like a prequel kind of thing to the Shredder series, which that'd be amazing. But I guess we'll wait and see about that. But it's not to see them finally merging series over together in a very great way. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you think about all this news. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Will we be picking up this series? And yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you didn't, please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.